Welcome to Decades of Horror, the 1970s.
We don't belong here. On the contrary, Herbert, I belong here completely and utterly. I'm home. It's you who do not belong here. You with your absurd notions of a perfect and harmonious society. The world has caught up with me and surpassed me. It's drivel. 90 years ago, I was a freak. Today, I'm an amateur.
This is episode 249, recorded August 27th, 2025.
Gruesome Magazine.
Yeah, that was a lot to read.
I am your host, Doc Rodden, and this podcast is about horror films released between 1970 and 1979. Each episode, my co-host and I will take a look at another classic, or not so classic, film from this wondrous, groovy, gory, and influential decade. With me tonight are my co-hosts, starting off with the remarkable Jeff Mohr. How you doing, sir?
He's remarkable. I am remarkable. I don't know. I'm good. I'm always up for a time travel story.
Always up for time travel story. All right. Also joining us tonight is Bill Mulligan, writer, director, special effects guru, all-around nice guy, published author, and look at that, Vampire Hunters. Is that a new one?
Does that look right to you? It looks backwards to me, but okay.
Yeah, it looks good for us.
Oh, okay, so I guess that's how it works.
You got a new book out?
Okay, well, this is an anthology, and I have a story in it. And it's pretty cool. It's an anthology of vampire stories that are done via like journal entries. So so it was cool. I wrote a short story where it takes place during the building of the Trans-Siberian Railroad when the workers, well, they dig up some stuff they probably shouldn't have dug up. So it was fun.
Those damn vampires.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. And I can't wait to. All right. Jeff, you have something to say about Play Now Media.
Well, I do. And you can get Decades of Horror of the 1970s on 3 of their streaming channels. Wicked Horror TV, Classic Horror Movie channels, and Classic Sci-Fi Movie channels. And we have a promo code that you can use. So what you get for that promo code is 20% off your first payment. It's $7.99 a month if you sign up for the monthly plan. And 20% off would be $1.60 off of that. The annual plan is $60. And you will get 20% off that, which would be $12. So $48 for an annual. And you have to subscribe on their website, and you have to be a first-time subscriber. I always forget that. I was just looking on Wicked Horror TV, and right now it lists the diabolical Dr. Z.
Dr. Z, yeah.
Ship of Monsters, which we did on Classic Era. Followed from 2015. They're all over the place.
Wow.
And these kind of, have you ever seen the Shark Exorcist?
No.
There is a Shark Exorcist, and I think the tagline was "The Devil's Got Teeth" or something like that.
They should have said "Devil's Got Jaws." Is what they should have said.
Well, here it is. Satan has jaws. That's exactly.
There you go.
See, I had it wrong. I translated. And some standards like Castle of Blood and
Oh yeah, good ones.
Flying Saucer, Rock and Roll. I don't even know these movies. That's from 2006. So anyway, check them out. And you know what? I had a big surprise the other day that I had to subscribe to. In their channels, I was looking at all their new channels. Mm-hmm. World War II TV, Paranormal TV channel, classic westerns, classic thrillers, urban TV, but the one that I had to sign up for, 99-cent horror movies. So they have a variety of payments. You can just watch a movie. Is the Noir TV channel.
Noir TV channel.
Noir, film noir movies. So I'm going to be checking that one out. Fantasy Movie Channel, Ghost Hunter TV, Cryptid Channel, Retro 70s, 80s. And I mean, it's unbelievable. The Bigfoot TV.
Bigfoot TV.
Bigfoot TV.
There you go.
What can I say? So, go check them out. he's got so much stuff there. And you can subscribe to these without pay. You can register on them and create an account. It'll be kind of like Tubi. You'll get ads and stuff like that. Everybody uses Tubi. If you don't want to pay, and sample some of these out.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then
Good stuff.
be sure to say hello.
Howdy.
Yeah, let us know if we talk you into it.
Tell them Decades of Horror sent you, although I guess using the code probably
we'll do that. Yes,
doing the code would do that. Yes.
Thinking well there, bud. All right, we are here to review Time After Time, and I'm excited for 1979. What we're going to do first is go through, just kind of give you the skinny on what the film's about, who's cast, and everything like that. And then we're going to give our first impressions, if we saw it back in the day, and then what we think of it now. And then we'll get into discussing the film. We'll talk about areas of the film. We'll talk about the director. We'll talk about the cast and whatever else happens to come up during our discussion. And then, do we have feedback today, Jeff?
We have a couple. Just a couple.
We have feedback.
But two important ones.
Two important feedback. So you definitely need to stick around for that. So let's get started. And of course, the first thing we need to do is look at the card. Donk. Time After Time, 1979, directed by Nicholas Meyer, written by Nicholas Meyer, with Carl Alexander and Steve Hayes doing the story. The cast includes Malcolm McDowell, Mary Steenburgen, David Warner, Charles Ciaffi, and Patty D'Arbo, and a very young Corey Feldman. I added that one. Production company is Orion Pictures and Warner Brothers. Filming location is California, San Francisco, Oakland, Warner Brothers Burbank Studios. The filming date started September 18th, 1978. The release date was August 31st, 1979. That was a New York City premiere. September 27th, 1979, it went to Iowa City, Iowa premiere. And then I guess it was wide release on September 28th. 1979. The budget was an estimated $3.5 million. Its box office was $13.2 million. And the synopsis says, H.G. Wells pursues Jack the Ripper to the 20th century when the serial murderer uses the future writer's time machine to escape his time period.
So we need to talk about this price list here, Doc.
Oh, do we? Oh,
Big Mac. It was interesting, yes.
Oh my gosh.
I was just looking it up, and Big Macs are around $5 to $7 now, depending on where you live.
When did McDonald's have a soup of the day?
Yeah, I don't know.
1979?
I guess so.
And the other panel had shakes. Shakes were 55 cents.
Yeah.
When the shake machine worked, which it did more often back then. Yes, they were better times.
95 for a Big Mac, 95 for a quarter pounder with cheese. French fries, 35 or 50. Ooh, cookies, 20 cents. Wow.
Also, the fillet of fish at only 65 cents and was bigger than a postage stamp, which is pretty much what you get now.
Yeah.
Regular hamburger, cheeseburger was 40 cents.
Oh, those were good times. The fries were actually good. They used beef tallow and it tasted better. I don't care what anyone says.
No.
Oh, well. That's what I set my time machine for. I'd be going back for when McDonald's had great food.
Yeah, I noticed that in the film when he was telling
McDougal's.
He called it McDougal's when he
was
telling Mary Steenburgen. And I couldn't tell if it was, it sounded like it was dubbed. Yeah, no, it was dubbed. And they couldn't say McDonald's.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was.
I
bought it.
I'm just guessing. But yeah, it sounds like he would call it McDougal's.
I thought that was the one thing that kind of struck me as a little off, that, he's trying McDonald's for the first time and he's loving it. And I'm like, was the food, food back then from his time would be authentic food, made from scratch and fresher and everything else. But then again, it was in England and they have funny ways of cooking, food.
Did he love it though?
He was pretty happy with the fries.
Yes.
Well, because he decided they were pommes frites.
Yeah. His mustache twitched. He seemed okay.
The table seemed to intrigue him as well.
I know, that was weird.
And that is true. I mean, you see these movies where someone comes from the past and they're always blown away by something like airplanes, and I guess they would be, but plastic would probably absolutely blow their mind. What a revelation that would be. You could make anything you want, any shape you want. Yeah.
The one thing he couldn't find was utopia.
Yeah, well, I don't care how far in the future you're going to go. You're probably not going to find working socialism. So, good luck with that.
Not as long as there's people.
All right. Well, let's get going with this. Let's find out what our first impressions were. When did we first see this?
Who's the genius who picked this?
Bill Mulligan did. And
Right.
What did you think of it today? Does it hold up today?
It does. It does.
So, Bill, why don't you get us started?
I saw this when it first came out. I thought it was the dumbest premise I had ever heard for a movie.
No.
But, I mean, whatever. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if my timeline's right, I had sort of gotten into some of these alternative history, kind of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen before that was a concept, where, like I remember one, it was Sherlock Holmes, War of the Worlds. And they smash these two together, and I thought that was cool that all these public domain characters could actually exist in the same universe and all. Of course, that's become just about a subgenre now, but I thought I'd give it a shot, and I was pleasantly surprised. You just have to, is it likely that H.G. Wells, not really known as an inventor, would have invented the greatest invention of all time in his basement? No. But you know what? You just accept that as, he did it, and let's go down with the story. And from that point on, yeah, it's great. Superbly cast. I mean, there's not a misfire here. The three leads especially are absolutely terrific.
Amazing.
Could not be better. The chemistry between Malcolm McDowell and Mary Steenburgen is great on screen and apparently off screen because they were married for 10 years after this. David Warner, he's one of those great actors who every time we do a movie with him and I have to go dig up, what was he in? It's like, oh, that's right. Everything. He was in so many things and so good in all these things. He never lapsed into cliche or anything. He was really good in villain roles, but he doesn't necessarily look like a villain, but he can sure turn it on. And he was really good in this. This is just a fun movie that takes its pretty silly premise, doesn't apologize for it at all, doesn't give us any lame reason why H.G. Wells could have built a time machine, just says he did. That's where he got the idea for his story. Oh, okay, that's not how it usually works, but all right, yeah, fine, whatever. And the great ending, everything about this was a feel-good movie. And it still holds up. It still holds up today. It makes you smile.
It does make you smile. Oh, man. Here's a quiz for you, Bill. What other film was David Warner in that had time in the title?
Time Bandits?
Yes.
Where he played evil.
Just straight up evil, right?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, why not?
All right, Jeff. When did you first see this? What was your first impression? And does it hold up today?
Which reminds me, I wonder where Evil is. Evil used to make a lot of comments.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, come on, Evil. Come on back.
I like this movie a lot. It's just fun. And I do remember I went and saw it in the theater and I remember thinking, wait a minute. H.G. Wells didn't build the time machine. He wrote a book about the time machine. That's stupid. But then when it came time, I'm like, time machine, Jack the Ripper. That'll be cool. So I went and it's fun. And, it doesn't take much to buy that. He was anyway, at least for me. I love the acting. The three principals were great. David Warner was incredible. Malcolm McDowell and Mary Steenburgen were great. And they don't spend a lot of time. It's kind of a genius idea because he goes, 86 years in the future, and they don't have to make any props because it's today. Anyway, and I don't know. I'll stop there. I just liked it a lot. The music is good. That's all good.
It's all good. Yeah, I saw this back in the day and I absolutely loved it. And then when it hit HBO, I watched it. Or I think it was HBO. I'm sure it was one of those channels, and I watched it over and over and over again, and I absolutely loved it. And then I don't think I've actually seen it since then, but I have such great memories of watching this movie, and it just really hits all the right things. And I didn't have any trouble buying that H.G. Wells actually created a time machine because they are so confident when they are saying it, right? I mean, really, right? Malcolm McDowell as H.G. Wells is just laying it on.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, you convinced me. And he's just so charismatic in that role.
Yeah.
And he's also another one has played a lot of villain roles too. Some of them quite famous.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one this year, the same, right? The 1979, same year. Or was he the hero? What was Caligula? Was he the hero?
Oh, he wasn't the hero.
Yeah, not the hero.
I've never seen it. But yeah, here he makes a fantastic hero. He is likable. He's slightly goofy, but not out, not extraordinary, just kind of naturally, right? Like definitely a fish out of water, right?
Sure.
And the relationship or the chemistry between him and Amy, and Mary Steenburgen is it sizzles. It really does. And then of course David Warner is so menacing, especially like when he gets Amy at the end.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just like, and I love the nice little the little like you got me nod at the end.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Checkmate.
Yep, checkmate. He got him. He knew he finally knew how he thinks. So and I think it holds up really well today, except some of the little digital effects that they did. The little. Oh, I say they're digital, but they're not. They're what kind of effects were they back in the day?
They were using a rainbow lens and just some. Yeah. Okay. So. Yes, they did not have the means or the budget, I guess, to really show time travel in anything other than a fairly cheesy way, but that's all right.
Yeah. Well, all the sparkles and everything, and then when it vanishes and everybody goes frozen for a minute.
Yeah.
I thought the actual tunnel looked pretty cool. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. But back in the day, it didn't bother me. I mean, it looked great back in the day, but now you kind of see between the lines. But yes, the tunnel when he's traveling forward and there's like multiples of them flying around and spinning. Oh, it was great. What great craftsmanship doing that. So yes, I love this film. You know what I think? I don't think it should be remade as a movie, but I think it would make a really great HBO TV show.
I have bad news for you.
What's that?
I think they did make a TV show.
They did make a TV show.
Did they? No.
It didn't do well at all.
No, I don't know that. Really?
They did like 17 or 13 episodes in 2017.
Of Time After Time?
Yeah.
Really?
And it kind of disappeared with that. Didn't really make much of a splash and disappeared.
Well, they got the wrong people involved.
I think casting is critical for something like this.
And writing too.
Writing, yes.
This is the dialogue in this. Even though they come to the future, right? The H.G. Wells and Jack the Ripper, they still have the dialogue and the nuances of the 1800s language and stuff, and it's just it's so great to hear them.
It's interesting to see the contrast.
These lines.
If a modern person went back to Victorian England, they'd stand out like a sore thumb and probably end up in an insane asylum and lobotomy. But if someone from the past ends up here, the worst people think about them is that they're either eccentric, on drugs, or some combination of the two.
Especially in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Yeah, because he basically, for a good portion of the film, he's wearing his 1800s clothes. Yeah. And then actually,
he's a cosplayer. He only makes one mistake, but it's an understandable mistake.
What's that?
Claiming that he's Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, well,
the thing of it is, he doesn't realize that is the, he's just like, what was that name of that fictional character from 100 years ago? None of these people will know. Sherlock Holmes, like, you picked the wrong one. You could have picked any other character and we wouldn't know. But
except he just came out of an exhibit of all of his stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they know all my stuff. Is that because I'm so much better than
anyway? He probably thought he was better than Conrad.
Totally with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got you.
And I like when he grabbed his glasses, because he broke the glasses and the thing, and then
that was a nice
he goes over to his drawer and there's his glasses. And he just treats.
Very little lacks security in these museums. Can I just walk into one and take a T-Rex thigh bone? Because I've always wanted one.
Yeah. I guess it wasn't a thing back in the day.
Yep. Can't see him that way, didn't it?
Oh man. I guess we need to do some taglines.
Uh-oh.
And Chad is not here.
He's not here.
How are we going to do that? And I think, Jeff, it is your turn, sir, to do tag. Oh, well, you do it. Go ahead. Taglines.
Doesn't look anything like Jeff.
Taglines with Chad. I don't know. I'm just totally. I hope this comes out okay, because right now my computer has a lag. And everything that I do, it doesn't do until a few seconds later. Like, I never heard that music. I've never.
Well, if we have to sing the outro, we will.
Oh no, I don't even know what it is.
We are carefully coordinated here. All right. Taglines for time after time. Chad, I'm going to get you for this. By the way, Chad couldn't be here tonight, and our schedules were such that we couldn't really reschedule. So here we are. Taglines for time after time. The wildest chase of the century.
Wild doesn't, It
is.
It is wild, but it makes it sound like, wacky.
It's not wacky.
Like you're on a horse.
It's actually
wild, man.
Chases are really good in this stuff on the foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
H.G. Wells races through time to catch Jack the Ripper.
Just want to say, you could say it's a different time that they felt it was okay to actually put the words H.G. Wells on a poster and assume that most of the audience would get it.
You don't think they would today?
Oh, no.
Hell no.
Oh,
hell no.
I guess because you're teaching what, 12th graders?
Yeah.
And they don't know who H.G. Wells is.
No, they think he's a DJ or something.
I don't think my grandkids would know. Well, I take that back. A couple of them would know. Anyway, next up, a chase through time to catch Jack the Ripper.
There you go.
All right. Yeah.
A brilliant scientist, a criminal genius, a delightful romance, and a daring chase across time, the most exciting, mysterious, and challenging dimension of all. Time, it's a dimension. Okay, last but not least, imagine a scientific genius named H.G. Wells stalks a criminal genius named Jack the Ripper across time itself in the most ingenious thriller of our time.
Time.
And that's been Taglines with Jeff.
Chad's our hero, cool and rad. With him reading taglines, they can't be that bad.
The part of Chad is played by Jeff.
All right, perfect. I love it. All right, gosh, we're so small here. Let's go a little bit.
We're teeny tiny.
All right, this is the poster, and this is
that's the one I remember. And it's a great poster. Great poster.
It is.
Yeah, it just implies so much, doesn't it? And
it's you look at it's got everything. Is the old timey watch that comes into play? The man jumping out of it time after time. We got a nice little background. Yeah, it's great.
And the colors are catchy.
Very catchy.
Yep. Competition's really good.
Gives nothing away, and it's not just a bunch of disembodied heads.
And look at that.
Where did this craftsmanship go? Where did it go? Why won't it come back?
Up next.
But then I don't know. Maybe the audience is to blame because I feel like if they put a poster out like this now, people would be looking at it. It's like, I don't know. I don't see any heads. Are there people in this movie? Is it about a clock? I'm in a bad mood tonight, I guess. I don't know. Old man.
Oh, and what is it? This is just a secondary poster, right? And I don't
That
know.
looks more like James Bond, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It does kind of, yeah.
But I don't ever remember this one.
Yeah. I don't like that one.
I don't know why 1238 is there. Was that part of it? Did I miss that?
That's a good point because I didn't get that either.
I don't know if you turn it upside down, it says Beezy.
Uh-huh. All right, and here
And
Bessie.
Oh yes.
How do you say that one? Chateau de Meyer?
But it
Chateau.
means
Is it Chateau de Meyer?
looks like Jack the Ripper trying to kill one of the Jetsons.
it was tomorrow.
Oh,
Ooh.
it was tomorrow. Wow, that's nicely poetic. Boy, those French. You got to give them credit sometimes.
Those French.
And while we're there, we also have and I don't know the title, how to say this at all, but Aikakoni Eli Maita Jack Vita Jolly Kulutanen.
That's a long title.
That's Finish, the Time Machine, or What Happens to Jack the Ripper Today. That's sort of like Spider Baby, or The Greatest Love
Story Ever Told.
Okay. And then there's one, this is Swedish, so I won't get this right either, but Tidsjakten, The Pursuit of Time.
The Pursuit of Time.
And in German, Flucht in die Zukunft. Escape into the future.
Escape into the future. I like that one.
And then Italian, L'uomo venuto dal impossibile. The man who came from the impossible.
All right.
And nobody in Italy recognizes what I just said as the same thing. But.
No, it was yeah. All right. Well, this film is directed by Nicholas Meyer.
Man, this guy. So he wrote the 7% Solution, which was one of the very first of those fictional mashups that I was talking about. It was Sherlock Holmes and a non-fictional person, Sigmund Freud, fighting against Moriarty, and it was very interesting. It was clever. Amazingly became a good director. Yes, it was made into a movie.
He was I think he wrote the screenplay, or maybe got credit for the novel.
I think so. I think he may have written the screenplay, and then
it did very well.
Yeah, became a good director. Day After was the TV movie, quite controversial at its time.
Yeah, he was a writer on that. Keep going, Bill.
Oh, I was going to say, but what he's most known for is saving the Star Trek franchise.
With Star Trek II, The Wrath of
Star Trek II, which, I mean, Star Trek 1, it made money, but it wasn't the blockbuster they were hoping for, and it was so expensive. They slashed the budget, and he went back and really did what was smart, and what was it that made Star Trek successful? You know, the characters, the writing, and he wrote he got just an amazing story, a great cast, and it's still everyone's favorite Star Trek. And then he came back. I think he wrote. Okay, so it's always the odd numbers that are good. He wrote, I think, the screenplay for 4, and then he directed 6.
He wrote and directed 6.
Are you saying the odd numbers are good or the even numbers?
Even numbers.
I think he wrote and directed 6.
Yes. Okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to see what I had here. Star Trek 4, he was a writer.
Right. Because there's a scene in Star Trek 4 that was originally going to be in Time After Time, and it didn't get used, or it got cut, so he recycled it for Star Trek 6. The scene where they come across some punk rocker who's playing his boombox too loud. And I don't know what originally happened in Time After Time, but in Star Trek 4, Spock uses the Vulcan neck pinch on him and shuts him down.
There you go. Why? So he did. You know what his first writing credit was? The Invasion of the Bee Girls.
Ooh.
Remember that?
Got to start somewhere. There you
We
go.
did talk about that. We did that episode, and then he did The Night That Panicked America.
Oh, the
that
War of the Worlds.
Yeah, and I found it on YouTube. It's a horrendous resolution, but it's a pretty darn good movie. It sort of gives explanations of how people could have missed that whole
right. I remember watching that where it was like, how did they make the sound of the Martian machines unscrewing, and they're just like a mason jar in a toilet or something.
Yes,
with a big
exactly.
microphone.
That was exactly it.
And I thought that was so cool seeing that as a kid. It's like
they'd say increase the reverb. That meant put it lower in the toilet. It was incredible.
He's a good writer. He has a great sense of story. And that's honestly, I keep bitching about modern Hollywood and everything, but honestly, it's really what they need to do. They don't need to spend more money. They're already spending more money than they can afford to spend. Just go back and come up with a really good story and some good characters to populate it. And we'll go along for the ride. We don't need to be dazzled this movie has shoddy special effects. I'll come out and say it. I think they're pretty sad. But I don't care. The set design's good. So
when after they did through all the fancy stuff and hearing the voices and the different times and all that stuff, and then it was sort of like shooting down this tunnel kind of in the sky. It kind of reminded me of 2001 a little bit. But that I thought was pretty good. I didn't think that was.
I get, part of it is I'm comparing it to the George Powell the Time Machine, which was like, groundbreaking special effects.
Well, I'd have to look at that again. It's been so long since.
And I'm sure they're kind of cheesy too with, stop motion and a few other things, but I don't know that there's a charm to this. And again, why waste money?
So it's brief, so it's not that.
Yeah, it is.
Terribly. I mean, it communicates effectively what you want to see.
And that's the problem. If they were to remake this again today, they would have a spectacular time travel sequence, and it would go on for 5 minutes.
Yep.
Long after we need to, we don't care. Just get him to where he needs to go.
I bought the Warner Archive Blu-ray, which is still available if anybody wants it. It's not too dear. But the commentary on it is Nicholas Meyer and Malcolm McDowell.
Oh, man.
And it's very odd because it does not sound like two people sitting in the same room. They don't talk over each other at all, or even being on the line at the same time. But there are some times where they answer what the other one said. And I kind of wonder if they didn't record the other one and then prompt them with something. I don't know, but it's interesting. But Nicholas Meyer said he wanted to make a movie where he wanted to go low on the gore, and that you absolutely would not show a knife sticking into anybody.
Yeah. Well, I think it's more horrible that first kill where he just says, "I'm Jack," and then we hear it ripping.
Yes.
Like, oh, are those her clothes?
Well, he gets the drop. He gets the drop on his cheek that rolls down. That's a nice touch.
I mean, it's pretty subtle for a Jack the Ripper murder.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you a quick thing too on the writers, because I think I said last episode that Nicholas Meyer went to the University of Iowa Writers Workshop, and there he met the two guys that are listed as the story by. Carl Alexander and Steve Hayes. He met Carl Alexander there, was at the same time. Carl Alexander had this novel. It wasn't finished yet, but he asked him if he would look at it. And he read it and said he didn't know how much of it he would use, but he definitely loved the whole idea of H.G. Wells and Jack the Ripper. So he optioned it before it was even done. So I don't know that, because I don't think the book is a novelization of the movie, although they both came out in 1979. Although I didn't really look up the plot of that. But I thought that was interesting. And Carl Alexander didn't do a whole lot of stuff, but his dad wrote the screenplay for Old Yeller.
Oh, wow.
And his uncle wrote the screenplay for Ben-Hur.
Oh, man.
And the stuff that he did, and I never saw these, but maybe you did, but Conan the Adventurer TV series, 97, 98, 12 episodes. And I think it was German.
Oh.
And then Tarzan TV series, 91 to 95. He wrote 24 of those episodes. And then he did a TV series in 93, 94 called Acapulco Heat, Heat, capitals with periods. Acronyms.
I remember that one. I don't remember watching it, but I remember it being on.
And then the other guy I didn't see, or that was Steve Hayes that did that stuff. Well, Steve Hayes did more stuff, and he wrote a lot of animated episodes for Conan, Adventure, Superman, whatever. So, and quickly then I'm going to mention the producers.
Okay.
Herb Jaffe was a producer. He was a producer of Demon Seed. He was the executive producer of Motel Hell, The Lords of Discipline, and Fright Night.
Oh, okay.
Now, his son was Stephen Charles Jaffe. He was listed as associate producer and second unit director. He was a producer for Strange Days, Star Trek VI, Ghost, The Fly 2, Near Dark.
Cool.
And he was producer and screenwriter for Motel Hell, and then also like associate producer Demon Seed. Apparently a lot of these he was like associate producer, but he'd also be like second unit director or something like that. So anyway, so the people involved in this, I don't know.
They did some good stuff. Yeah.
I had to mention the Jaffes just because Motel Hell, but
that makes sense.
So okay.
All right, let's talk about Malcolm McDowell because.
So that picture up at the top, I include that he's in his 80s now, easily. He is still pretty spry. He was at a Carolina Fear Fest, and he was holding his own on the stage. He was funny. He good stories to tell. Doesn't seem bitter about things. He's obviously quite a bit older now, but he's still got that little sparkle there. This is a guy. He was so good at playing villains. He was magnificent at it, and he's the only good thing in Caligula. He's excellent in Clockwork Orange, and he's in dang near every single frame of film, so he better be good.
Yeah, no, that's where he became famous, right?
He killed Captain Kirk. I mean, this guy is just one bad deal after another, and yet in this one, he is such a likable guy who we are rooting for, and there's not a trace of villainy about him. This guy's got range. He didn't get a chance to show it all that often because he was so good at playing villains. And frankly, movies need good villains. If you had a choice, it's like your movie can either have a really great hero or a really great villain. I would go for great villain every time because we can make people like the hero. He just doesn't have to do anything bad, but a villain that people really... Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's one of those paradoxes too, where, I don't want to get typecast, but if I could keep working as a villain, I'll probably say yes.
I'm not a real actor, but if I were an actor, I would pray every night that God got me typecast. As long as it's something that can be used more than once. And boy, a villain, any pro wrestler will tell you it's better to be the villain than the hero. The only problem is if you're good at being the heel, after a while people treat you as a baby face, and that's the problem. Then you have to switch because if they're cheering for you and not the hero, then there's a problem.
Yeah, he's excellent. It's everything I've ever seen him.
He's been insane. He's a working actor. He's been in 281 films and TV shows, either acting or voice work. He's doing a lot of voice work. Through the 90s, it seems, but he's even in the crappiest movie, he is fantastic.
He gives it his all.
Yep. Halloween, just check it out.
Yep. He's never the weakest link in any film that he's in. He's been in some trash films, but
Well, let's look at some of them. Well, these aren't the trash. These aren't the trash.
Maybe Caligula, but even okay. So Caligula now has been re-released in a recut version, where they took out a lot of the crap that got stuck in there. You know, when this is when all these great actors, Helen Mirren and Malcolm McDowell, all these people suddenly find out they're in a porno film. It's like, surprise! All that got removed, and they say it's actually quite good. I'd have to see it because I've seen the whole thing, the uncut version, and there's some tough going in there.
Well, Bob Guccione was the producer,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah. And
the publisher of Penthouse.
The sets are incredible. I mean, you can't believe you're watching it because this thing obviously cost a ton of money, and yet it's porn. You know, it's odd, but he's great in it. He plays a really good Caligula. I mean, you feel, you know, Clockwork Orange, he's phenomenal. I think he was the best thing in Generations. I loved Cat People, the remake.
Yes.
The only part of that is because I love Nastasha Kinski, but he was great in it too.
Yeah. He did a Slipknot music video.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Shortly after Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie version.
And his acting style reminds me of one we just lost recently.
Bring it up. You got to say it.
I know. I'm trying. Terrence Stamp. Stamp. I don't know if they ever made a movie together. If they have, I'm drawing a blank. But I would love to see those two square off. Just the intensity that they could bring to a role. So yeah, he's one of our great actors. I'm glad he's still with us.
And he seems to be really pleasant with with
the fans.
With the fans at the cons and stuff. He's always warm and inviting. So
and that's the best. That's the best thing when an actor who's really given us a lot of great stuff lives long enough that to be recognized as one of the great actors, and the fans can show their love.
On the commentary, the two of them, they both, Nicholas Meyer and him, sounded like really nice people. And Nicholas Meyer, this was his first directing job, and he said, "I just went in there and told him I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to need your help. Keep an eye on me. I'm going to ask for your input. Help me out, but I reserve the right not to take your suggestion."
I love it.
But he did have people. I can't remember. Somebody told him. He told a story about somebody telling him some. Oh, God, what line was it? I'll think of it here in a minute. But there was a line that the guy said, "That's the wrong line. You should say this." You know.
And did you change it?
He did. I'll go.
He said, "You're right. That's much better." Well, it's when he went downstairs looking for him, and McDowell says the line was supposed to be, "You beat me to it," or something like that. And instead he said some line that had been earlier in the movie that was more prophetic.
Oh, that's cool.
I can't remember what it was, but it was like a lighting guy. Lighting guy goes up to the director and says, "You got that line wrong."
Yeah, well, good suggestion's a good suggestion, no matter who it comes from. Not everybody would listen.
The lighting guy's got balls, man. I'll tell you.
So he was lucky. He was lucky he got this cast because these all seem like really cool professional people. What if his first movie was with Oliver Reed and Klaus Kinski? I mean, we never would have gotten Star Trek 2. That would have been a one movie career.
And this is Mary Steenburgen's second movie. Her first one was with Jack Nicholson.
Yes,
Gone South. Gone South.
Oh, Going South.
Wow. Yep, Going South.
She's so sweet in this. She's great.
She is incredible, and that's what Malcolm McDowell kept talking about, how she had such a unique delivery, and that people in the movie, you know, the cast and everybody were saying this. He said, "This is literally, you can watch us falling in love in the movie."
That's cool.
And it does come across. It does come across. Yep.
And I love that shot at the bottom too, where he's trying to imitate his own picture, you know. And she's like, "Okay, well, you do look a little like him."
I loved her. I absolutely loved her in this. Her just kind of weird little mannerisms and rhythm of her lines and stuff was just so good.
And the way she broke down when, he's telling her the truth and it sounds like the ravings of a crazy person. And she's just like, oh, I thought I had something here and he's just another lunatic. What I thought was quirky is actual schizophrenia. But she's willing to give him a chance to prove it, even though, look, come on,
he did use her own words against her, so.
Yeah.
And I love the line now, a bigger crock of shit I've never heard. It's just a great way to put that.
Yeah.
And then the way she says, Herbert, you wait for me. It just has so much agency at the end. Because he's getting ready to head back home and she's like, no, I'm going to come with you.
She, what did I just see? He said, Malcolm McDowell said he had just been in Rome finishing up Caligula, and he was sick of gory, bloody sex.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah, you can't get two movies that are on opposite ends of the spectrum any more than these two would be.
All right. But she's
and again, what range?
So strong.
What range? Caligula and this guy, and H.G. Wells. And this is a much nicer H.G. Wells than the actual H.G. Wells. So let's put that out there too. Great writer, not a great guy.
And she gets involved with some time travel in the future movie as well. So
she certainly does.
Well, and Meyer also said, maybe I should wait till David Warner, but he said one of my original conceptual things about the Ripper was that of an exceedingly handsome, elegant man. And Wells next to him was a runt who wore glasses and so forth. The Ripper had an image of tremendous power and potency, not just as a menace, but as an attractive, seductive human being. What was it that women went? Why was it that women went for him? And he, there's several scenes of him sort of like picking up his victims, even though you don't see the kills. And he doesn't say anything. He just looks at him.
He's got confidence.
They're like, he's like Dracula.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. When we talk about Warner, I think Warner also manages to bring a certain vulnerability to it. But look at that.
Isn't that a great
that's
shot?
such a great shot. That she is terrified but keeps her composure because she's gutsy. And he's not leering at her. He's not twirling his mustache. He's not so much as raising his eyebrows, but you get the sense of she's in great danger.
Yeah. Behind the scenes, there's definitely mustache twirling. But
now I didn't find that she did a lot of genre stuff. Obviously, the Back to the Future, especially Back to the Future 3, where once again, a guy from the future. Well, no, I guess it's the opposite. Instead of a guy from the past coming into the future and falling in love with her, a guy from the future goes into the past and falls in love with her. The important thing is, if you're a time traveler, you are going to end up with Mary Stewart. It's inevitable. It's one of the rules of time travel.
Oh my God, that's so. Oh, you got powder in there.
I would not want to go back to 1893 and live.
No, I don't want to die of dysentery. Oh, yeah.
But that scene above there where he's in the bank, I'm just going to talk about David Warner real quick. When he realizes that she sent H.G. Wells to him, that was fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic acting. It was just, you could just see it in his face that he realizes it. And that's,
her too.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, I thought it's like as soon as she said, "How's your room at the Hyatt Regency?" you could see her like go, "Oh shit."
And that's one of the things I like about this. It's all three characters are intelligent.
That's true.
Another thing Hollywood needs to do more of, to give us the credit that we are willing to follow people who are smarter than we are, or at least on the same level. We don't need to feel better about ourselves by watching stupid people do things.
So she won an Oscar for, I'm almost sure you've mentioned this before, Bill, maybe not her, Melvin and Howard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Melvin and Howard.
She won an Oscar in 1980?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow.
Nice little film. Melvin and Howard, yeah. They don't make them like that anymore.
No, if they do.
If they did, I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they're on Netflix. I mean,
with Paul.
Not everything in modern times sucks. It sounds like that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I do feel that way, but
it might. All right, David Warner.
This
an
guy.
actor. Oh man, and then I wish he had a shot of him in the in his 1800
Mhm.
lookup, because he looked like he belonged there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's just he's an interesting character, and he has that ability to project menace subtly. Even if you look at Titanic, it's not a large role, but he's good in it.
Oh man, yes.
And he's scary. And again, I think, I mean, he's bigger than me and could obviously kick my ass, but I don't get the sense when I think of scary, physically imposing dudes, I don't think of David Warner, and yet he is able to project that.
Well, look at the power in the second picture where he's got the knife to Amy or Mary Stingridge. It's the power. There's just so much power in that shot, and it's all in his gaze, right? Well, she helps too, but just in the gaze and this, he.
Well,
he's so focused when he delivers lines and stuff. It's
that's when he gets
piercing.
That's when he gets really slimy too. He kind of acts like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. You're really not sure.
I'm not. It's a gentleman.
Yeah, you are not. And I like that she does not fold under it. Same with that scene you saw before where he was confronting her in the bank. She doesn't start screaming and crying and stuff. She's thinking, right? And anyway.
Now I will say, I'm okay with this because artistic license. The scene at the very top where he shows, hey, sit down. Let me just randomly run through the channels, and he manages to go through, like the blood and gore channels. Everything's war and killing, and
must have been news time.
If you were to do that now, you'd mostly get cat videos, home shopping, fixing up houses, and British baking shows. The odds of you running across 5 channels in a row where people are killing each other, pretty slim. So the point's a little too on the nose, but you know what? It's okay. I can accept that H.G. Wells built a time machine before electricity was even a thing. I can accept that,
And a magic crystal device that powers it all.
I thought about you, Bill. I thought about you.
Uh-oh.
No, what you usually say about their inventions, it's like apparently he invented solar power because it had that dish up there,
right?
Oh, yes.
Energy. I'm like,
that would have changed the world. I mean, that time machine
time
would have revolutionized Victorian England in so many ways. He's like, oh my God, you're the greatest scientist ever, and you'd be like, oh, I haven't even mentioned the best part. You can travel through time. It's like, what? You're already make Edison look like a chump, but yeah, that's fine.
What does David Warner say when H.G. Wells shows up at the door? He goes, "Bless my soul." It was a strange line. For him to say.
H.G. Wells, who is such a little elf, is like, "Well, you're coming back with me to face the authorities." I'm like, who are you talking to? What are you, out of your ever-loving mind? I did, even as a young person watching this movie, I had learned at this point that if something is ever brought up in a movie, it is never abandoned if it's a halfway decent movie. So when he's like, oh, and this key, boy, you'd better make sure you don't have this key missing, because otherwise you'll like be totally destroyed. Like, was that built by the same person who put the lever in Bride of Frankenstein?
Yes.
If you pull it blows up the whole. Okay.
Yep.
Not only well, and also the there was a key or something too that would you should take out so that the time machine doesn't automatically go back to where it started.
Well, good thing that way he
was
able
double. Yeah.
So,
anyway,
so he built a time machine without electricity using the new invention of solar power, and managed to put in two completely random MacGuffins that were essential for the plot for the movie to go forward and end.
And
did you notice that
100% buy it?
That's a writer for you. That's a writer. He knows how to build a machine.
You see the part where he's struggling and he gets like his key watch chain or something
Yes.
caught on a little thing getting out. There was supposed to be a deal. There was supposed to be something, and I don't know why they didn't cut it then, but there was supposed to be something that it transferred to when Jack the Ripper was getting in to try to get away. That he kind of fumbled around down there too, but he said it didn't work out. I didn't get the shot right or something, and he didn't really explain it. But I thought it was odd that he left those two little.
Yeah, now that you mention it, you're right.
Well, it just gives it's useful because it slows him down. Right?
Yeah,
it slows him down and gives Herbert, enough time to act. So
I like that we're not really given any motivation for why he's Jack the Ripper. He's obviously an intelligent, educated man. He is what he is. The only hint we get is the weird little affectation of the picture of his, I assume, his mother in the watch, and he mentions that she was not a good person. So you're like, whoa, was he abused by his mother as a child, and now he sees every whore as his mother, and he's going to kill them? I don't know, but that's another thing. I feel like modern times they would probably have a whole monologue where it's like, hey, don't blame. I'm only the villain because society made me this way, or something like that. I'm okay without that.
Everybody knows who Jack the Ripper is. You don't have to provide that motivation.
But you don't know who Jack the Ripper is.
That's true.
That's true.
And that's why you don't need the motivation. he just is.
You know what Jack the Ripper is.
Yes.
Maybe not who.
So
when you have a character named Jack the Ripper, why do you need motivation? You know it. it's ingrained in our pop culture, right?
We so want to know. That's the whole thing. We want to know who he was so we can explain why he was. But they've revealed who Jack the Ripper is multiple times. Never the same person. So who knows? But even if they found absolute 100% forensic DNA evidence, we would never know why. Right. In fact, we still don't know exactly how many people were actually killed by the Jack the Ripper. There is like more people I think have spent time on Jack the Ripper than many things, the Kennedy assassination, and they are passionate about it, really passionate about who they think it was and which are the canonical victims of Jack the Ripper and which were just, this. And apparently it's pretty widely believed that most of the letters, including the ones where it said, "I am Jack the Ripper," were not from Jack the Ripper. They were not from the murderer. They were from some lonely housewife or something, just writing stuff to the newspaper. Wow. But we're not entirely sure. There was one that came wrapped in, I think one of the kidneys of the victims was wrapped in the letter. I'm going to give them that one because,
Why didn't we see that in this movie?
Oh God! Oh no! It's horrible. They have photographs. Of his victims, and it's god awful.
This is a great example of how you don't need the graphic stuff, because when he takes that, when he's still back in England in 1893, and he kills the, I guess she's a prostitute, saloon girl, whatever, down that alleyway, you don't see anything, but you see the look on her face when he stabs her, and then you hear the stitching cutting on her dress as she goes up. It's just it was very impactful.
Yeah, that still gives me. I was waiting for that because I remember being so horrified by it in the theater, and it still kind of gave me some goosebumps there.
Definitely very well done. Yeah.
All
right, so David Warner's done a few films.
Oh God, I had to stop. I mean, we just fill up and these are great ones. The Omen, he was,
oh my gosh,
one of the all-time great kills. Yeah, in the Mouth of Madness, he was evil in Time Bandits. Kind of the quirky little, kind of a good guy in Nightwing. I remember surprised when he showed up.
Yep, we did that one recently. Yeah,
bad guy in Titanic. I mean, he's like I said, a lot of range, always a welcome, seldom the leading man. I wouldn't mind seeing, somebody give him a crack at actually being.
I'm surprised you didn't put Tron on here.
You're right. I don't have Tron. He was terrific in Tron too. God, I love that movie. What a dopey movie. I loved it. I love the video game. I could never last more than 30 seconds on it, but I loved everything about Tron.
Yeah, they somewhere I read that he was like he was much more famous than Malcolm McDowell. He was like a triumphant member of the Royal Shakespeare Company. we got a lot of good reviews and stuff like that. And that Malcolm McDowell would have been the guy that was like his spear carrier or something, you know, in the play at first. I don't know if he graduated up from that or not, but
did I also hear that he was like up for James Bond, which we already mentioned, that he was one of the actors being considered?
Seems like it.
Yeah, I don't really see that, but I guess it's because
all
I can see is Sean Connery.
Well, we hardly ever see him with you know, short cropped, well groomed hair. It's always kind of a tousle kind of longer hair.
What they call it in this? They said I forget how he described his hair. He said it a couple times. Do you remember?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, but yeah,
I can't remember what.
Yeah, there was a word he used that was a little kind of old fashioned.
Yes, but everybody seemed to know what it was.
Yeah, I was like,
but I guess that it was 50 years ago.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, you're right.
Well,
why does it surprise us when we were like, you know, I don't think people know that word anymore. It was 50 years ago. When I was in the 70s, there were plenty of words from the 1920s that I didn't know. So why am I surprised?
Yep.
I saw a trailer for a horror movie recently where, you know, it's a standard teenagers trapped in a bad situation, and these girls are in this house being chased, and they're trying to call the police, and they don't know how to work the dial phone.
They're stabbing.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, they're like, what's going on? How does this work?
What kind of madness is this?
Yeah, and we lost him a few years ago, back in 2022 at the age of
Yes, we did.
Now we did. I made a separate card, but I didn't look close enough to realize you had all four of them on here.
Well, there you go.
We did The
poster.
Omen and Nightwing and From Beyond the Grave, which was our last
portmanteau.
Yeah, from Amicus. So, and then The Company of Wolves. We did in the 80s.
So yeah, David Warner deserves his own, you know, he's in the Horror Hall of Fame. He contributed a lot of great roles. He wasn't what people would consider. Right? Yeah, I mean, he wasn't what people considered a horror actor necessarily, because more of a character actor that would be in lots of different things, but didn't shy away from being in horror movies. Didn't have any shame.
Well, something. Go ahead.
Always
go
good.
ahead.
I was going to say, he just has such a great presence when he
did.
For some reason, I was thinking that he was in. Maybe that was an animated show or something. He's another one that did if you look through his credits, the last 30 years, he did a ton of animated voices.
I feel like he was in a lot of the maybe the DC superhero cartoons.
He was in Penny Dreadful too.
Oh yes,
that series that's the one. Van Helsing. He was Van Helsing in that series.
Yes, he didn't last long.
Anyway,
yeah.
And did you have In the Mouth of Madness on there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right. All good ones. There were a few I can't believe I left out Tron, but
he was so awesome many. As I listened to him. And Malcolm McDowell in his commentary is he's just in awe of David Warner. He just kept going on and on about his acting. It was really pretty cool.
And they play well together. You don't get the sense of two actors trying to one up each other, or, you know, they each are good to their character. You do get the sense that these are the best kind of enemies are always former friends.
Yep. And there is an odd chemistry between them, not a sexual chemistry, but there's this, you know, that you believe that they knew each other for a long time.
Right. And a mutual respect in the sense that he knows that H.G. Wells is brilliant and clever and everything else, but probably feels he's a little bit naive, a little bit of a Boy Scout. And H.G. Wells, while he certainly has no admiration for what he's doing, recognizes the danger that this guy this guy has, and how much danger they're in. Although there is the one moment where it kind of took me out, knowing that this guy is going to try to kill her. Why would he ever leave Amy alone for even a moment, even just to step out? Even if you think everything is, you've got it all set up, and they don't have it all set up, but why would you do that?
Yeah.
And because it leads us, and I was in the theater, people really thought Mary Steenburgen was dead.
Oh,
they were
when all the
crushed.
blood.
Oh, they were horrified.
That was a pretty bloody scene. And then
Yeah.
there's a hand.
There's
right?
a hand there.
Yeah.
That's
but no knife entered the hand. That we saw. We did not see that. So yeah. He said, why did that was kind of bloody? Well, I had to show she was dead. Well, it's the easiest way to do it.
And also, would the cops have let him go at that point? It's like, we think you're the killer. Oh, I'll confess to it. Just go to this place and take care of my girlfriend. They go there. She's dead. And they're like, oh, well, I guess it wasn't him. Off you go.
Yeah, the cop was a little.
Hello? You thought he was suspicious before, but now that there's another dead body, he's okay. All right.
Well, I guess they determined that, that it happened while he was under in the cell waiting for not the cell but the holding room. So and forensics would know that, right? So
I don't know.
Even back in 79?
1970s forensic was pretty much I think it's blood. They really didn't have good DNA analysis.
Oh man.
So the cop was no bad
No
chase
prize.
either. Well, he's got like 100 credits.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't even know how to
He was
pronounce
good
his name.
actor.
Charles Ciaffi? Ciaffi?
Yeah, Ciaffi is what I said, but it could be. It's probably Chaffee, right? It's probably. I don't know.
I know I've seen him and stuff, but it's not. It's
Oh
one
my
of those
gosh.
things where I don't really see.
101 credits. He's
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
He's got one of those faces. I swear I've seen on many episodes of TV shows.
Oh yeah.
And the 70s was a good time to do TV shows.
Did you ever watch a show called Get Christy Love?
Yeah, heck yeah.
He was on that, all 12 episodes.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It was ahead of its time.
Yep.
So we got some cameos there.
We
don't have a picture for them, but
one that got me the most, and of course, back in the day I didn't know, is Corey Feldman.
Right.
Yeah, Corey Feldman. I don't know why I stumbled on it and thought it was a different name, but Corey Feldman is. He's
Now where is he?
He's the boy that finds H.G. Wells in the time machine when he arrives.
Oh, okay.
he's like.
Did you not recognize
very
him?
young. He's like maybe 4 years old. He looks like he's very short. Yeah.
Who are you talking to, Doc?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't.
You'd have to tell me Corey Feldman's in the movie, and then I'd be looking for him. I guess he's probably going to be pretty young. Oh, there's a kid.
Well, the one that I noticed that I've always kind of liked, but I'm kind of surprised that she hasn't done too much genre stuff, is Patty D'Arbanville.
Yes.
I recognize her. She was one of the hookers that he went into.
Yeah. Yep. The one that do you want to smoke some weed?
Yeah. She had the little plastic bag. Weed? Grass.
Well, she says grass first, then she says weed, but
Yeah, either way.
See, if she'd said an ether frolic, he would have known. But
And then the last one that I recognized was Shelley Hack, who apparently at the time was Nicholas Meyer's girlfriend, and he wanted her to play the Mary Steenburgen part.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want people to say I got the part because
Shelley.
So he put her in as they called her the docent. She was like the guide in the museum. You can see her. I don't know if you ever get close enough to recognize her, but if you know that's who it is, then you.
I'll bet when the movie was pulling in lines at the box office, she was rethinking this moral stance.
Hey, she did all right.
She did okay.
This is pre Charlie's Angels, I believe. For her anyway. You want to do those other ones, Doc? Or
yeah, we have some shots of
what little gore we have. I mean,
that in the room. That in the room, right?
That in the room. I couldn't find a picture with the arm, but the cop thankfully is using his head to hide the gushiness. And I like the woman who played the prostitute. She has a nice look. She's not drop dead gorgeous, but she's way prettier than prostitutes were back then. But then again, the Johns were no prize either. was Whitechapel back in the day was a pretty awful
Yeah.
place, and people were living in ways we can barely imagine in a civilized society.
Did you ever see the show Ripper Street?
No.
It's a British series that takes place in Whitechapel, and it's the detectives and police, you know. So,
who were terrible. That is one thing.
Yeah,
I always wonder where the idea, the giallo idea of cops being useless. I think they were inspired by the cops who were investigating the Ripper murders, who at some point there was graffiti written on the wall near one of the murders, and the cops were afraid it might like start a riot, so they washed it away. And then another cop gets there and is like, what are you, stupid? Apparently, we could have used handwriting analysis or something, but yeah, it was just absolute utter incompetence.
But I kind of think they would have made short work of him. Well, he wouldn't have been in their database, but I'm watching him in when he's doing this, he's getting blood all over everything. Yeah, he's got white cotton gloves on, but
he's not being super careful
with blood. He's
getting the white. You'd probably be better off murdering someone with your bare hands than white cotton gloves. I mean, they're never going to get cleaned. But okay,
you buy them by the box.
Yeah, yep. And I just really, I've always liked the watch.
But they burn really well in the fireplace. So.
And the picture in it, that's a trope I've always been fond of. Whether it's a few brains more, not few brains more.
A few dollars more.
A few dollars more. A few brains more was my movie. No, that's right. Just that little momentous. If it's got little music that goes with it, something that's like triggering things in the mind of the killer or whatever.
Yep. And then we have some shots of the
although I'm not fond of the effects, I will say that's a great looking time machine. It's
they did that design is good. Well, it's not too different from what we've seen before,
Rod
but
Taylor
it's
one,
smaller. It's smaller,
but it's got that nice steampunk vibe.
Yeah,
rounder. Yeah, he said he wanted something that looked kind of Nemo-ish, Nautilus-like.
That was steampunk. Steampunk wasn't even a term when they made this movie.
No,
I don't think so.
No.
So this could be. I can't think this could take some credit as being a early steampunk-esque.
Pre-steampunk.
Needs a few more gears on it, but
It was. I bought it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it looked great.
Give me a ride.
And I love it when they, when they show multiples of it going through time.
Oh, yeah. It was.
I thought that was really effective.
It was.
I guess one of the things that got me, the scene when they do the rainbow effects, that didn't impress me much because I went to Disney World and I got these glasses that did that exact same effect. I wore them all the time because I was a total loser, but they would make rainbow effects anytime you had light. They very explicitly said, do not drive an automobile while wearing these glasses, which is good advice. Luckily, I was too young to be driving because I probably would have.
Ride your bike on it?
Yeah, well, I had a good bike.
Considering it's his first movie, he actually did a pretty good job of warding off the studio's BS. There's all kinds of lists through the trivia here of stuff. They wanted Richard Dreyfuss to play H.G. Wells.
Great actor. I don't think that would have worked.
Nicholas Meyer wanted Derek Jacobi, but then went with Malcolm McDowell. They wanted, we already talked about that. Shelley Hack was the other one they talked about. Anyway, I think they wanted more of that stuff. Doc, I'm going to do a little spiel here.
Do a spiel, sir.
And I'll try to keep it short, except the cinematographer. So I got digging into these people because Nicholas Meyer kept talking about the people that were in the movie. Oh, so-and-so did this, and they did all this. The composer, Miklos Rozsa, and I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. He has 14 Oscar nominations plus 3 Oscars for Ben-Hur, A Double Life, and Spellbound.
Wasn't he also the one who did the music for Golden Voyage of Sinbad?
Yes. Yes. Good catch. So, and if you look through his credit, there's a whole bunch of stuff where it says stock music uncredited. So all through the 50s, Universal's making all these science fiction movies. They're using pieces of his music here and there and putting them in there. And, anyway, so this is an incredibly talented, well-regarded composer that did the music for this, and Meyer wanted him because he did the music for A Thief of Baghdad.
Oh yeah, good music.
And he wanted that kind of feel to it. The cinematographer, now this is the one, Paul Lohman, director of photography. Now, I just pulled the ones that were from people that I knew, and I was trying to see which he did. Mommy Dearest might be the most well-known one. But some of these other ones was crazy. He did Meteor. He did a whole bunch of stuff with Dan Curtis. Some stuff with Robert Altman, and 2 Mel Brooks movies. He did Silent Movie and High Anxiety. For Curtis, he did Mrs. R's Daughter, which was 79. Curse of the Black Widow, 77. Kansas City Massacre at 75. Trilogy of Terror, 75. The Great Ice Ripoff, 74. Scream of the Wolf, 74. Those are all Dan Curtis directed. And then for Altman, he did Nashville, California Split. That might be it. He did the movie for, they filmed a movie when Billy Graham closed Fillmore in San Francisco, of the final weekend of concert, him wrangling with the bands. He did the cinematography for that. The director was listed as Jeannot Svark.
Who did?
No, I'm sorry. I'm taking that back. I take that all the way back. Extreme Close-Up he did, which was directed by Jeannot Svark and written by Michael Crichton.
Oh.
He did Coffee, 1973, directed by Jack Hill.
Yeah, Jack Hill.
Co-written. And then Hell's Angels 69 was one of his early things. But then, let's see, which ones I leave out? Looker, 1981, was a Crichton directed and written one movie. Let's see here. North Dallas 40. An Enemy of the People. The weird Ibsen movie that Steve McQueen starred in. Didn't get very good. White Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill and the Indians, or Sitting Bull's History Story. That was an Altman movie. So I think I've got through all of them. He got a Primetime Emmy for Eleanor and Franklin in the mid-70s, was a miniseries. So, interesting guy that apparently something about the way he worked that certain directors really liked and would go back to him. The editor is Don Camburn, who did the editing for Easy Rider, The Cannonball Run, and Romancing the Stone. Production design was Edward Carfagno, who had 7 Oscar nominations plus 3 wins. And the wins were Ben-Hur, Julius Caesar, and The Bad and the Beautiful. He was art director for Soylent Green, 7 episodes of The Twilight Zone, The Wonderful World of Brothers Grimm, The Canterville Ghost, and also production designer for Demon Seed, The Hindenburg, Meteor, and then apparently Clint Eastwood liked him because he did the production designs for Honky Tonk Man, Sudden Impact, Tightrope, City Heat, Pale Rider, Bird, The Deadpool, and The Pink Cadillac, and Heartbreak Ridge, and Rat Boy, which was one of those oddball ones that
Sandra Locke did.
Set decorator was Barbara Krieger, who did Annie Hall, Meteor, Twilight Zone, the movie, Demon Seed, and the reincarnation of Peter Proud. So that's it. That's my spiel. These people, he had an incredible crew with him for a first-time director.
They gave him all the tools he needed, right?
Yes. and it shows it. He said as he was watching the movie, he kept looking at scenes and going, "Oh man, why did I do that?" I should have done a close up there to establish something, But he goes, "Oh well, I guess
There's very little wrong with this film.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. I think we're done reviewing time after time. I watched it on Tubi.
So
And it was a good copy. It was a good copy, and recommend anybody listening to this still check it out. And we'd
absolutely check it out.
Right, and we'd love to hear what you have to say. You can leave comments here on YouTube. You can do it on our the audio podcast channels, and you can do it at our Gruesome magazine and Decades of Horror times. And you can also do it at Patreon. And we would encourage you to step over there and check out what's happening for as little as $2 measly little bucks. You can join us and check out some stuff.
That would be $2 a month, or
$2 a month, yeah. And you get these $2 a month, and you get early access to all our podcast episodes, or most of them. Sometimes we run really late, and you don't quite get those, but most of them,
you get them like the day after we record.
99% of the time you get them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we also exclusively to the Patreon, we did all 20 episodes of The Night Stalker from the 70s, and it was a great time. We did actually one extra where we talked about the entire series, and that was so much fun. And it's time for us to do another series, which we will announce next week on our 250th episode.
250, a quarter thousand. Wow,
that's a quarter of 1,000.
Yeah, quarter of 1,000.
I think the math checks out.
But you have to look at every 2 weeks. That's a maximum of 26 a year, so that's like 10 years.
Yep, started in 2013. So been at it for a bit. Started off with Santos, and off we went. It's been. I love the 70s.
It's been a big. This has been a big part of my life. Very grateful to.
Oh, it is. I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't believe Doc let me join in.
Yeah, none of us can, but we got used to it.
What are you talking about?
I can be a pest. Well, we do have a couple of feedbacks if we're
all right.
That.
Yes, let's do it.
Well, there's only two, so Doc. You want to take the first one there for Night of the Sorcerers?
Night of the Sorcerers. Sin Kim 1 has this to offer. And a curious gossip fact. Barbara Ray, the vampire with the spinning head, was one of the most famous showgirls of the time in Spain. She was also the not-so-secret lover of the King of Spain, which is quite funny, considering her name is Rey, which is a Spanish word for king. I did not know any of that. That's kind of awesome.
But anyway, all right. Yes, Bill, episode 247, Crash.
Retro Game Man Dan, who's probably playing Frogger or something. He says of Crash, more fun than the 1996 film. That was just oily. It's an interesting
that was a
Cronenberg, I think.
Cronenberg, yeah. Well,
it's an acquired taste.
Gritty at least.
I love the
We appreciate the feedback, folks. We really do.
Yep.
So let's make some comments and let us know how we're doing. If you saw the movie, if you didn't see the movie, if you're going to watch it because of what we said, if you're not going to watch it because of what we said, just let us know.
Yep. And thanks to Sin Kim 1 and Retro Game Man Dan 79 for the comments tonight. Thank you so much. All right. Next episode will be in 2 weeks. And as we mentioned earlier, it's the 250th episode. And we have decided to do our favorite films
it's going to be
throughout
rough.
the century one per year.
Ugh,
Throughout the
that's
century?
brutal.
Did I say century?
Sounded like it to me.
I meant to say decade. Throughout the 70s.
Oh, that's a lot easier.
I tried to say 70s and it must have shown.
Well, maybe I misheard.
Who knows? We'll play it back and we'll find out.
Was there anything in 1903? I don't know. There's definitely stuff in 1970.
LA's, yeah.
So we each pick a favorite film or a film we want to highlight from each year.
Right.
Yes.
One film, okay.
And we might throw in some honorable mentions.
Honorable, sure.
Sometimes it's hard to pick one.
It's like picking your favorite kid. Yeah, it's hard. You know?
But that's what top 10s are for.
That's true. Sorry, kids.
We'll pick 10
No,
films.
Aliens. No. Texas Chain. No.
No.
Oh, I can't.
Well, yeah.
I just
Invasion of the Bee Girls.
The Omen.
No.
Jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the big names are going to be easy, but yeah. And a real interesting quick fact before we head out. What's really interesting about picking this is that Santos and I, before we started the 70s, did a 2-episode thing of looking back at the 70s on another podcast, and that gave birth to Decades of Horror.
Wow.
And for those, we did exactly the same thing. We did 5 years each episode and went through the entire 70 to 79. So
very nice.
Yep. So we'll revisit that. It would be kind of fun to kind of look back at what Santos had as well. Maybe we'll bring that up.
That was longer ago than it seems. Well, you reconditioned them. I'm trying to see what episodes they were.
Did we put them out as one somewhere along the line?
No, you put them out as 2 episodes from now. You put them into video and you put up. Don't you remember doing that? You did a lot of work on that, Doc. You did a lot of work on that.
Don't remember that.
Well, let me find. Here we are. Episode 160 and 161. 160 is top 10 horror films of the 70s, 70 through 74. And 161 is top 10 horror films of the 70s, 75 to 79. And you can check those out on YouTube or on Play Now Media or on...
Oh, they made it that Play Now Media. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I redid everything. Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah, I do remember that. I think I do.
You spent a bunch of time videoing it, putting in clips and stuff to add visual enticement to the audio.
Get up my lawn. I can't remember. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. Bill and Jeff, of course, as always, thank you for joining me. This was an enormous amount of fun. And Bill, thank you so much for picking this film. It's been on my list to do, and I'm so glad you picked it.
Great. Glad everybody liked it.
And I'm going to make up a bunch of taglines for the next episode for Chad.
There you go.
We're doing all these other ones. So anyway.
Maybe we could. There's something we could do.
There could be 40 taglines. I mean, geez.
We'll talk offline. All right. With that, let's say goodnight.
Night, everyone.
Good evening.